Hello and welcome to month 3 of food school. We are tracking macros, and here's a couple things we're going to go through. We are going to use MyFitnessPal because that is what I can see your stuff with, and we're going to track. Let's see here. Let me get my head out of the way. Okay, so we are going to learn how to track your macros in MyFitnessPal, and you're also going to learn how to add me as a friend so that I can review your food diary. So you will also add me as a friend, by the way, so that I can see everything and you'll be able to see my demo account if I need to show you anything. So before you start, go out of this, go ahead and download the MyFitnessPal app and create a login. So if you have an Android, the instructions following this slide might be a little bit different, but if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me in the Playbook app. So what you'll be able to do after this guide, log your food accurately, see your daily targets for your calories, protein, carbs, and fats, as well as fiber goals. We'll talk about that another day, but that's in there as well. And then you'll be able to share your diary with me so that I can see it. Okay, so I won't read through all of this for you verbatim. I just want you to know how to set your MyFitnessPal up for tracking. So you're going to follow these instructions here. I have a picture of them on the next slide. And then make sure you turn on these useful settings as well. And then a tip, if you're not seeing the goals, look for a toggle like macronutrients or set by grams. Sometimes they hide it, with new app updates. Important notes here. So if you're like, well, Haley, I want to confirm my goals, but what are my goals? So if you remember in food school month 1, we did a bunch of math and a bunch of sciencey stuff to figure out where your activity levels are and what your macros should look like. So they're going to pull from that month 1. So if you don't have that written down somewhere, you can redo those calculations and then plug and play from there. So if you have the free version of MyFitnessPal, that is also good enough. You do not need the paid version. You can do everything that the paid version offers for free that you need for this activity and for months in advance. I mean, I also have the free version. I don't pay for it. And I will show you how to unlock the scanning feature. It's a little bit of a hack, so I'll show you on the next couple slides. Alrighty, this is just the instruction from how to set up your FitnessPal for tracking. So you'll go to the 3 dots in the bottom corner. You'll click goals, click under here, and then this is where you'll see what it kind of, auto populates for you. This is not going to be accurate though. I guarantee you it's going to be way different than what your calculations were when you did them in month 1. So you're going to want to plug your own calculations in there because MyFitnessPal uses an algorithm, and yeah, it asks you for current weight, goal weight, stuff like this over here, which I've blocked out so you don't see it because it's just willy-nilly something I added in there for you guys to see. But just something to be aware of. So you're going to have to click on these and edit them yourself. You can edit them. You'll see the grams here. You'll most likely see the percentage here. And if you remember from month 1, the percentages vary a little bit, so everyone's might be a little bit different, but a balanced split is 35% carb, 35% fat, 30% protein. That's always a good general number to start with, but make sure you are typing in the calories that we got from month 1 so that you're not accidentally eating too much or too little. And make sure you save it. There will be a check mark in the corner or down below for you to save it because I have had a lot of people come back to me and say, it didn't save. And I'm like, you just got to click the check. Okay, so there's a few ways, about 3 ways that you can log food in MyFitnessPal. The first one is just logging by typing in what it is. I have an egg white brand. I just typed it in. It's called Gold Hen. One word. I know it doesn't look like a real word, but that's the name of the brand. So let's say I had it for lunch, and this is just an example. Also, so is this just an example. But say I had it for lunch. So I'm going to click add food, and then I'm going to tap the search bar. You can see some of my most recent and my favorites pop up right here. But then I'm going to type in Gold Hen egg whites now. You're going to see a whole bunch of things pop up that don't have these green check marks. The key is to click on this, the green check mark only. That is verified accurate by MyFitnessPal. a lot of things that don't have those check marks are just things that users have inputted. It's kind of like Wikipedia where they can like edit things. So we want to make sure it's something that MyFitnessPal put in here. And when you click this, you're going to see a whole bunch of results. Now, you'll notice for this one, they're all the same results. So I would say if that's the case, click on whichever one. But I usually will recommend if they're different, always click on the first or second one. Just kind of eyeball it and see which one looks accurate based on the label of whatever you're typing in. So that's how you log something that is a brand or has a label and you want to search it by hand. You could also do this. I do it with spinach. I don't scan the label or anything on spinach. I just type in spinach because I feel like all raw spinach is the same. And then you could scan with a barcode. Now, this is where it gets a little bit funky. I just wanted to show you. You will click the same thing, the add food for your lunch, and then scan barcode. The barcode will pop up. You'll scan it with your phone. Boom. Awesome. However, if it says you have to get the paid version, go premium to do this, there's a hack and it's really strange, but it has worked for me for many years. So you go to settings. Well, first click more, then go to settings. Then go to your profile and then change your location to the United Kingdom. And obviously don't forget to click the little save check mark in the corner. For whatever reason, and then just close the app and then go back into it. You'll try to scan something and it'll let you. So I still have like all my other stuff in here that's pretty accurate. And I'm still doing like the US system of units, but I don't know why that does that. It just works. So make sure to do that. And then another option for logging food is to create recipes or foods and meals. So you can do that in these actually, I should have circled all three categories, and then follow these instructions. I recommend for this one's a little bit more advanced, like than the first two that I just showed you on how to log food. So if you're making a crock pot meal or if you're making a sheet pan meal, this is actually something that I recommend you play around with first. And it's okay if it's not 100% accurate. Like, right, we all have to learn how apps work. And this is just one of the functionalities that's a little bit more intricate. You'll click my recipes or my foods or my meals and you'll click add. I like to use my recipes the best. Add, and then it'll have you like type in or scan in all of your ingredients. Usually it's like a big meal, like I'm like a whole box of pasta, a whole entire chicken, stuff like that. And then it'll ask you how many servings that's going to take. So I guess there's no perfect answer because you really don't know until you're making something and finished making it how many people it's going to serve or how many servings you're going to have. So if I do a crock pot meal, I usually put like 6, and then I just divide it into 6. And if I want to eat 2, because I realize, I should have just divided it into 3 servings, then I just double the serving later when I'm logging it into my diary. If you have questions on this, just let me know though. And then this is the fun part. This is just how to add me as a friend and share your diary so that I can see it, so that after you're done with your homework, you can say, hey, it's ready for review. I won't, again, read through all of this for you, but just important note down here, adding me as a friend is not enough. Your food diary must be shared with friends or set as public for me to see. So you can add me all you want, but you still need to turn on the diary sharing so that I can actually view it. Alrighty, and this is my username, by the way. I try never to change that. It's been like that since 10 years ago. Okay, some helpful tools. There are a few things I want to go over when it comes to tracking macros. You are either going to be somebody that absolutely loves to do this or hates this, but either way, I need some data from you in order to move forward and in order for you to learn. So there are 3 ways that I recommend going about it. One of the ways is logging as you go. So eat your breakfast, log it, eat your lunch, log it, eat a snack, log it, etc. That's a decent method. Keeps you in the moment. Maybe keeps you from scrolling on your phone. Instead, you're like trying to learn this. The second way is my favorite. It's pre-logging. So, and especially once you start logging things a lot, like down here, this quick win, saving frequent foods and meals. So after you log something, you can use the recent or my foods. Things will start showing up like you saw my list of things that I type in all the time. That way you have you can click it and then you can say, I'm going to eat this for lunch every single day this week or something. I do that for my coffee because it's the same. It's never going to change. But sit down the night before or the morning of and log everything you think you're going to eat. it might not be perfect, but at least you don't have to really think about it too much in depth the next day. You're planning and setting yourself up for success. This is key. And this is something that not a lot of people realize that can be done for really anything in your life is like pre-doing things. It makes your future self thank you. Thank you, past self, for doing this. And another option is post logging it. This is my least favorite option, but it is an option. God forbid, right? Sit down and log everything you ate at the end of the day. It's really hard to do this accurately because we all forget something. So that's just why I put that as numbers, right? Some other tips here. Using consistent portions of food scale at home when possible is fabulous for things that don't have labels, or if you're making like a bunch of beef and you just want to weigh it out so you know you have portions of 3.5 ounces for every single day, stuff like that. I listed some food scales down here that you guys can link to and click on in the PDF that I'm going to put in your homework folder. But I really like the middle option. I think it's interesting to look at because this one has it like says the macros of the item that you're weighing, and I don't have that one. I have one of the cheapest ones, obviously, because we're all about the budget over here. But I'd be curious to see how that would work. And it's like $30. The cheapest ones are $6 to like $25. The most expensive one is like a really aesthetic one that's like 100 plus. So don't ever feel like you need to do that. I just wanted to show you the range. And then another thing you could do, check the totals at the end of your day. The point of this exercise is just that. It's an exercise. I don't expect you to be perfect, like the next thing says. You have to be honest. Even if you know, oh, I'm about to blow it today, just put it in there. Maybe your week will average out and you will be on track, because we like to look at average week over week. I don't necessarily look from day to day. There are minor consistencies that I like to see, like protein goals and such. But if you're like, oof, I had a rough day on Wednesday and I had some Chinese food for dinner because my dog had to go to the vet or something, emergency comes up. Like, that's not going to derail you if you are mindful with your portions and doing your best to just log it, even if it's like sushi and you just type in a generic tuna roll and log that. We have to be honest and we have to be accountable. I can't be there to hold your hand every single day, but you could put measures in place, like setting reminders in your phone, sticky notes. I'm a sticky note girl. Everywhere around your house, anything that you feel like helps you remember to do this and actually hold yourself accountable and take it seriously will really, really pay off dividends in the future. All right. And a couple key takeaways here. This is not a practice that is to be done forever. This is something we're going to do as a learning tool. And you might just like discover about yourself that, okay, I actually really enjoy this. Or you might realize you actually really hate doing this and it's like the bane of your existence. It's okay. It's going to be temporary and we're just using it to learn and get you from point A to point B, which is where you want to be, right? You want them healthy stomach muscles. You just want some really some fat to drop off of your body. Or if you just want to feel good inside, this is how to hold yourself accountable and understand what you're putting in your body, which is like base level of nutrition and fitness. You need to understand what's going in and out of your body because it is your fuel. And then the reason this is a crucial step is because more often than not, I see that people don't have an understanding of portion sizes, of serving sizes on the backs of items. I'm dealing with this with my mom right now. She's practicing moderation of ice cream eating, right? Because you'd think those little pints in the store, like, they kind of look like one serving, one size. My mom's now realizing, oh, it's 2/3 cup is one serving, which will last her many days. So, we're learning. It's really important to also understand what micronutrients are in your food. So fiber, like we'll talk about soon, is really important. I think we hit on it in month 1, but like most people do not eat 25 grams of fiber per day. And that could actually be the reason why you're not feeling good. So it's important to do this and see patterns to then be like, oh, here I've picked out the outlier and the reason of something that is a potential fix that we could implement. Like I said, some people might be in between too. They might be like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's not really bothering me, but that's actually the best. And I love that because I feel like I fall into that category. But figuring out where you lie, if you love it, hate it, or you're in between, this will determine what we're going to do with you after this phase of tracking, because there are many avenues we can go towards. And your homework. I just like to put a recap here of all your homework because it does actually feed into one another, as you've seen. Month three, which is what we are in right now, is your homework to pull those numbers that we did from month one, plug them into the MyFitnessPal app, track that intake for 5 to 7 days. And then let me know when you're done so that I can review it and provide some feedback on some tweaks and changes we can make. Now, feel free if you're like, I want to do this for 14 days, even better. 10 days is optimal. I love that as well. But from minimum 5 to 7 days, just because we need to see patterns in your behavior. And the reason I like 7 so much is because it does also incorporate the weekends. And that's usually where people go crazy. And we really just need to maybe make a separate plan for the weekend, you know? So that's your homework. I will link everything in the community section, and it's always linked in the modules as well. It's a Google Drive. You'll be able to access this PDF and anything else that you need for this month. But if you have any questions, just let me know and let's go to see what's coming next. So this is my Q&A. If you have any questions, please reach out right after you watch this, because most of the time people forget, right? We're so busy, and I want you guys to stay on top of your health. So let me know. Once we've done and tracked our current intake that you're doing right now and attempted, to kind of eat within the parameters of those new goals you set, and we determine together, we'll determine if this is something you want to do going forward or if we need to pivot. That being said, it does feed into month 4, which is going to be talking about palatability with whole foods, weaning off of processed goods and enjoying them in the balance, and also practicing fueling strategies, which might be in month 5 when it comes to athleticism. So something I want to just call out to you as a little final farewell is it takes some time for your taste buds to change. So a lot of the time people will say, oh, I do not like anything that is not packaged. I don't like whole foods. Try to slowly wean them in, because you can't just go cold turkey from anything. So our taste buds take a while to change. There is some science behind this. I don't know the exact amount of time, but I just wanted to call it out because sometimes it takes a little bit of awareness to have those buds settle back into what they're meant to be eating, because processed food is so highly palatable that when we eat other things that are more natural, it's just kind of bland and it might taste kind of boring. Last thing too is make a colorful plate. If you are looking down at your plate when you're eating your meals and it's looking beige, add some color. Fruits, veggies, seeds, nuts, things like that. And I will talk to you next time. So I hope you guys have a great rest of January and happy 2026. Okay, bye.